Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Gundam News. And the biggest thing this week is, of course, again, GQuuuuuX beginning. And it's not just the biggest thing in the Gundam sphere. With over 350,000 people watching it over the weekend and a box office revenue of almost 600 million yen, which is a little over 3.8 million US, Beginning was the highest rated movie of the weekend, at least in terms of audience rating. So our new Gundam series is definitely off to a good start. And for the people who go to watch it after January 25th, they'll get the GQuuuuuX Beginning Design Works booklet, featuring various setting materials of the anime. And with the release of the movie, they also announced some of the insert songs. There's Hoshimachi Suisei with Mo Do Natemuiya, which loosely translates to I don't care what happens anymore, and No Melon, No Lemon with Midnight Reflection. And these songs, along with the theme song Plasma and 4 soundtracks, have been released on various music streaming services. We also got some pictures of GQuuuuuX advertisements near the Shibuya station, and they've also got a collaboration with Café in Chiba, Aichi, Tokyo, and Kyoto. And despite being just a food truck, it seems that you have to go through a lottery reservation system in order to buy something from the truck. Applications were only available until today, but it looks like you can also make a regular reservation later on if there are still some spots available. The truck will be available on February the 1st, the 2nd, the 8th, and the 9th, and you'll be able to get a variety of drinks based on the main characters, which will of course come with a random coaster, and you can also buy some original goods. There's mini acrylic stands, glittery can badges, and kolota, which are acrylic blocks that can also be used as keychains. Related to GQuuuuuuX then is the second round of the Yokohama Gundam Illumination Augmented Reality thing, where at certain famous spots you can take a picture with an AR Gundam character or mech. So from the 20th of January until the 2nd of March, you can snap pictures with the GQuuuuuX, Amate, Nyan, Shuji, Banager, Audrey, Soleta, or Miorine. And from GQuuuuuuX, we go to Gundam Seed Freedom, because of course we do. The movie has won the Excellence in Animation Award at the 48th Japan Academy Awards. And, well, considering the heavy use of jarring 3D animation in the movie, I'm not certain that I agree with that. So quickly moving on to the figure news, where we got a somewhat new Robot Spirits figure, the Zaku Augusta Lab version, which is also simply known as the Federation version. So as you've probably guessed by now, this is simply a recolor, well, this is mostly a recolor of the previously released Xeon version. For 9,350 yen, 60 US, we're getting the beam rifle with beam effect part, 2 beam sabers with 2 standard beam effect parts and 1 curved beam effect part, a bullpup gun, an activated and stored heat hawk, a bunch of hand options, and 1 new accessory, the Zaku machine gun Kai, which is of course famously used by the Hyzak. It is a premium Bandai limited figure and can be yours in June. And for the Gunpla then, it was also all about recolors, starting with Linkle Planet's newest single called Always Have a Gunpla in Your Heart. It is slated for a March 19th release, and there are 3 different versions. For 1,500 yen, 10 US, there is either the first run limited edition, which comes with a random bromide of one of the members, or the regular edition, which comes with a bromide featuring all of the members. But the main set then is the limited edition, which goes for 3,400 yen, 22 US, and it comes with a sparkly bromide featuring one of the members, and a Best Mecha Collection 1/144 scale RX-78-3 G3 Gundam Revival version, metallic version. But unfortunately, based on the images and also based on the price, it's not going to be plated, but rather the cheaper, like metallic looking injection plastic. Still, it does look kinda endearing on this thing. And over at Japanese Premium Bandai then, pre-orders began for the limited edition Gunpla tied to the Gundam Next Future final event. These include previously announced kits like the Master Grade Freedom Gundam version 2.0 Cross Contrast Colors Clear Blue, Master Grade Justice Gundam Cross Contrast Colors Clear Green, and Master Grade Unicorn Gundam Recirculation Color Clear Neon Green, but also a new kit which is the Master Grade Gouf version 2.0 Clear Color version. Although I do want to add a side note here. They claim that this is a new kit, but many years ago, we did already get a Master Grade Gouf version 2.0 clear color version, and the pictures do make them look very similar. So there is a good chance that it's the same kit, but just with a different box. And also a different price. The old one went for 3,800 yen, whereas the new one got hit with inflation and goes for 4,620 yen, which is 24 and 30 US respectively. And they also announced something else that will be happening at the Gundam Next Future final event. Gunpla Battle VR version 2.0. The Gunpla scan itself still looks pretty much the same, but the big difference is going to be how you control the Gunpla. As you can see in the promotional video, which I will have linked down below, they've now replicated the cockpit of an actual mobile suit, and it comes complete with pedals, joysticks, and it's even got rumble and blows air into your face to make things feel that little bit more realistic. So definitely another cool step towards giving us Gunpla Battle in real life. If you want to participate though, it is of course limited to people who are living in Japan. Continuing with the games then, Gundam Battle Operation 2 is once again putting its best foot forward. On the PlayStation version, the RF Gouf has joined the fray. On Steam, the Gundam G First has become available. And for the PlayStation users, again, a new user survey is underway in order to get some valuable feedback from the users. It opens with a lie and a spelling mistake. It is filled with weird grammar, and instead of a question, it tells us that this survey was translated with the free version of Deep Learning. So yeah, quite the L indeed, because I think this is the worst survey by a large company that I've ever read. And sadly, I'm not even surprised anymore at this point. Fortunately, over at UC Engage, things were a lot less janky, with a new challenge battle, combat power augmentation operations, and a new event unit assembly featuring the UR Red Snake and her mobile suit, the UR Red Zeta. Next up, as the Gundam Battle Alliance has become available through PlayStation Plus, and in the Arsenal Base arcade game, the new UT boosters have gone up for sale, giving us 35 new cards to collect, with the flagship cards being Lino and the Zeta Zaku, Harry and the Golden Sumo, Jim and the Turn X, and Suletta and the Caliborn. In other news then, Gundam will be appearing at AnimeJapan 2025, which is held from the 22nd to the 23rd of March, and the Gundam Café food truck at the life-sized Unicorn Gundam has added 2 new drinks to its menu for the final weekends of January. You can now also get a strawberry drink or a kiwi drink. As for the other things you could get this week then, first up on the 18th, the Robot Spirits version anime Jim and Gelgoog went back up for sale for 6,600 yen 42 US and 7,700 yen 49 US respectively. From the 20th then, a very interesting Gachapon collection hit Gachapon machines across Japan. For 500 yen a spin, 3 US, you could get one of 4 miniature Hobby Japan magazines. There's How to Build Gundam, How to Build Gundam 2, Gundam Weapons RX-78 Gundam, and Gundam Weapons MS-06 Zaku. And these things, aren't just recreations of the cover. They are actual magazines that you can actually read, or perhaps flip through would be more accurate here, because I don't think kanji translate all that well to that small a size, but an interesting thing nonetheless. And I can definitely see people getting some use out of these for posing with action figures or Gunpla. And on the same day, the Namco Lalaport Fukuoka store got a restock of the RX-93FF new Gundam MS Mechanical Bust Gachapon. Again, for 500 yen a spin, 3 US, you can either get the internal frame with light-up unit, the armor parts in standard color, or the armor parts in clear colors, meaning that you will need at least 2 pulls to get a full figure. Releasing sometime in late January then, we first have the Lookup Acguy, everyone's favorite Moe mobile suit, which can now be had for 4,180 yen, 27 US. And it also features a movable head, so it can look at whatever or whomever you want it to. Equally adorable then is the re-release of the RAHDX Sayla Mass. She goes for 17,600 yen, 113 US, and she comes with a base to put her on and 2 different right arms, a gun holding arm or a salute arm. And finally then there was the Cosmo Fleet Special Megafauna RE for the mega price of 9,900 yen, 64 US. And we get the usual deal here with these Cosmo Fleet Special RE figures. It's a more expensive re-release of the standard version, but it now comes with weathering and water slide decals. And of course, it does also still come with all of the features of the original, like a base to put it on, hangar bays that can open up, movable cranes, and 6-in scale mobile suits. For this week's reading material then, there was the My First Water-Based Paints book. I'm guiding you through the process of building a Gunpla with water-based paints. There was Gundam in GQuX from Great Mechanics, featuring a lot of information about G Gundam, Gundam Wing, and Gundam X. And there was the 4th and final volume of the re-release of Plomo Wars through Fukan, which is linked down below. On to the apparel news then, where Bancore kicked things off on the 16th with this Gyan collection, featuring various items with 1 of 2 Gyan-inspired designs. There's its very distinctive Mono Eye, or its equally distinctive Beam Saber and Shield combo. You can get these designs on a white, black, or blue t-shirt for 3,850 yen each, 25 US, a white or black hoodie for 7,700 yen, 49 US, a keychain for 770 yen, 5 US, a tote bag for 2,750 yen, 18 US, or a mug for 2,530 yen, 16 US. On the 17th then, they of course celebrated the release of GQuuuuuX Beginning with a bunch of things featuring the titular GQuuuuuX itself. You can get it on a t-shirt for 3,850 yen, 25 US, a full panel t-shirt for 4,400 yen, 28 US, a bath towel for 3,850 yen, 25 US, a tapestry for 3,300 yen, 21 US, and an acrylic keychain for 880 yen, 6 US. Or you could get the name of the movie on a magnetic keychain for 1,100 yen, 7 US, or an acrylic logo display X for 1,650 yen, 11 US. And then on the 21st, it was all about the Republic of Zeon Space Defense Military Academy from the origin. You can get the logo on a t-shirt for 4,400 yen, 28 US, a cap for 4,070 yen, 26 US, a two-way tote bag for 5,940 yen, 38 US, a face towel for 2,200 yen, 14 US, or a mug for 2,530 yen, 16 US. And all of these Bancore items are slated for a March release. From Strict G, meanwhile, you first could get some more G Gundam 30th anniversary items. For 9,900 yen, 63 US, you can get some floofy roomwear with the crest of the undefeated of the East. You can choose between black or gray, and they became available in physical Strict G stores on the 18th. And just today, pre-orders began for a collaboration with The Kiss for a bunch of Witch from Mercury inspired jewelry, which go from more subtle to more obvious. For 13,200 yen, 84 US, you can get a ring inspired by either Suletta or Miorine. And I like how the design for both is very distinctive. Suletta's ring is more simple and unrefined, whereas Miorine's ring has extra engravings to give it a more elegant feel. And I also like how their designs go together when both rings are worn. The more obvious ones then are a silver necklace for 14,300 yen, 91 US, featuring either HOTS for Suletta or Cool for Miorine, a colored keychain of HOTS or Cool for 4,400 yen, 28 US, or a monochrome keychain of HOTS or Cool for 3,850 yen, 25 US. And these will all become available in physical Strict G stores sometime in mid-May. And as always, let's quickly wrap things up with the polls. A few weeks ago, Gundam.info wanted to know which Gundam-related thing we're looking forward to the most in 2025. And the overwhelming majority voted for the Gundam Wing 30th anniversary. And then most of the rest voted for the upcoming GQuuuuuX. They got 71.2% and 21.3% respectively. And I also can't help but wonder how different the poll would be if they held it right now. Because of course, back when this poll was originally held, we barely knew anything about GQuuuuuX. So I guess it makes sense for people to be more excited about something that they do know about. But now that we have a lot more information about GQuuuuuX, I wouldn't be surprised if the results were slightly different. But anyways, our runner-ups are the Osaka World Expo with 4% and the Gundam Next Future Final with 3.4%. As for the currently ongoing poll then, with the upcoming Sapporo Snow Festival, Gundam.info wants to know what our favorite white mobile suit is. And there's a good chance that your favorite white mobile suit isn't on the poll. The Gundam Bale, the Gundam Caliborn, the Calra, or the Gundam EX. Gotta say, I'm annoyed that they picked the Gundam EX over the RX-78-3. Sure, the Gundam EX is more white than the RX-78-3, but the damn thing was nicknamed the White Devil. Like, how could it not be on here? I'm also surprised that the Unicorn Gundam isn't on here, which is almost completely white, or other very popular mobile suits like the Cubile and the Tallgeese. But anyways, we have a very interesting split going on between the Twitter version of the poll and the main website version of the poll. They only agree on one thing: the Gundam EX sucks and should have been replaced by a different option. The other three then really are just all over the place. The Calra is leading on Gundam.info and the Caliborn is leading on Twitter, so we'll have to see how this poll ends up. And if you want to cast your vote, I'll of course have the links down below. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great evening, and I'll see you all next week with more Gundam news.